Hi, welcome to Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti. Today joining us on set is Jason from Prima La Pizza. Thank you for joining us. And we had a chance to visit his location and go on site to see what they do behind the scenes. Take a look.
My name is Nick, and we own Prima La Pizza. We're actually famous for great food. All of our dishes are prepared when you order them, not in advance, with very, very few exceptions, like one or two. And I've been in other restaurants, and I've never heard so many compliments on the people exiting about how wonderful the food was before this place. We're planning on changing the name to Prima Ristorante because we still have people after 7 years that come in here. I didn't know you were a restaurant. I'm with Prima Ristorante. We're located on the southeast corner of Wolf and Cermak in the building where Verizon is. And our hours are basically 11 to 9. Except on Saturdays and Sunday we open at 4, and on Friday and Saturday we're open till 10.
Hi, welcome to Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti. This is your favorite local TV show where we bring on local restaurants and have them cook in front of a celebrity judge panel. Today joining us we have Jason from Prima La Pizza. Thank you for joining us in our studio. And he will be cooking for Mr. Matt Sinde, Miss Wendy Cassins, thank you for joining us, and Dr. Skinkis. Thank you for taking time on your busy schedule, guys.
Thanks for being
here. To have
here.
some awesome pasta.
Look forward to being
It's not a bad break from class.
No, it is not.
So Jason is a chef at Prima La Pizza on Wolf Road. What town is that?
That's Hillside.
Hillside, excellent. So they've been there a couple years, and he's going to start off making some of their famous vodka and penny.
Ooh.
Penny with vodka sauce.
Yum.
Yeah, it's a good, creamy, hearty dish to start with. So take it over, Jason.
Okay. Start out with, I have a pot of boiling water, and the pasta what we have here is parboiled. Parboiled means we'll cook the pasta ahead of time and bring it up to like a hard al dente, which means to the tooth. So when it's time to get the order, we can drop the pasta and it'll be ready to go in about a minute. Mm-hmm. So
Any tips on what you should put in the water for the?
The rule that I follow is per gallon of water, I use an ounce of salt. So this is about a little under a gallon of water. So I'll probably put near just maybe like a half ounce of salt in there. And by salting the water, it'll flavor the pasta while it's boiling.
Any oil? Sometimes I've seen people put oil in it.
Yeah, I'll actually do that at home, and some of our cooks will do that in the restaurant. Instead of afterwards, I put it before on the bottom and then have the water in the pot.
Oh, okay.
That way, in case you are busy for some reason or get backed up and are not there to stir the pasta constantly, by the oil being on the bottom, you won't get bad stickage on the bottom of it.
Okay, that's nice.
So I got the water going
Little
right
secrets
now.
you get on
I
this
like
show.
that.
I got the water going now, and then I got my saute pan here. You want it to be hot, it waiting on you instead of you waiting for it to heat up, especially in the restaurant. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more.
So what makes vodka sauce vodka sauce?
We use, it's your choice with the vodka you use. We use about any type of rail vodka, a $10 choice from the liquor store, but the name vodka actually comes from a little bit of vodka. The way we make it, we make most of our sauces to order.
Oh, okay.
Is after the butter, the diced tomatoes are sauteed in the butter. We add the vodka, take it off the flame, and it'll be a flambe flame that comes from it. And the point of it is to get a little bit of a vodka flavor, but you actually cook the alcohol out.
Okay.
So right now,
So anybody can eat it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and we've gotten that question. I actually got it last night. It was a table, because I also serve at the restaurant. I manage the front and back, and these girls at the table that asked about if
kids?
if I would get
Do I have to be, do I have to be 21 to have
My
vodka?
kids fall asleep on the way home.
So right now,
You good? You gonna start building?
Yeah, I'm gonna dice up the tomatoes. So make sure you got a sharp knife.
Never
So it's
works
funny,
that
that's
easy
how
for me.
No,
that's how
not
restaurants do. You know.
It did work for me that one time, but
When you lost your thumb?
yeah.
Aw, poor Matt.
And
Any specific tomato or no?
I prefer to use, if we have them on hand, I prefer to use aroma tomato.
Okay.
Right now, I'm using one of our regular tomatoes that we use for our other dishes, and just about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 dice on it. And the fresh tomato is, it gives it a nice flavor, and it also adds to the presentation to it versus it just being a pink cream sauce.
And keep the skin on?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a common dish that's ordered as the penne vodka. It's one of our create your own pasta choices. But also in the restaurant, the name, if you would see it on our dining menu, is rossini, and that's a Sicilian word for pink.
Okay.
So if you were to order there, you would see gnocchi rossini.
Gnocchi, good. All right, let's start building here.
Okay. So to start out with the vodka sauce, I'm going to use a couple tablespoons of butter.
That's always a good way to start.
I was gonna say yum.
Butter and garlic.
Already.
Yes.
Best way to start a sauce. Butter, garlic, and cream.
Yeah.
I don't need the calorie chart for it. That's okay.
Yeah.
You just have to
No,
rice.
it's all about, to me, it's all about moderation. I mean, if you starve yourself from not having any type of pasta or cheap food, Italian food, there's going to be a time where you're going to want to go all out and have it.
Berserk
So
on
with the vodka sauce, yeah, moderation. So on the butter, I want to get a nice melt. And once it's almost completely melted, I'll add the diced tomatoes.
So you use diced tomatoes and a sauce?
Yes.
Okay, combination of both.
Let's get this over real quick. All right, so I'm gonna add the diced tomatoes.
Now this is just butter for your
Yeah,
oil?
and we use unsalted butter.
Okay.
And I'll add just a little bit of salt and pepper to season.
Now, we're using fresh tomatoes like that. Will that cause a lot of water weeping?
We go lighter on it because if you do use a lot of the diced tomato, yeah, the water that's inside the tomato will come out. So it's like I said, it's more of a little bit of flavor, but more as like a garnish inside of it.
So this type of sauce comes from
you
what
can
part of
turn it
Italy?
This is more my heritage. I grew up Italian. This is more of an Italian
This is an
American
American
creation.
yeah.
There's
Okay.
no, it doesn't trace back to Italy. It was just
Something they.
more of an Italian American dish.
If
And
someone
that's
spilled milk in their marinara
Right,
sauce.
yeah.
That's
Exactly.
that's common with a lot.
Or vodka.
or vodka.
I love vodka, yeah. Vodka and milk, so, oh my God, no.
Okay, so once I got it's gonna be a light saute with the butter and the tomatoes. I'm gonna add the vodka. And normally in the restaurant it'd be an open flame
Yeah.
burner.
Yeah, let's not
and
do
take
that
it
here.
off. But I'm gonna take it off anyways. We're not gonna get the flame.
And
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anybody doing this should not use flavored vodka. It should be straight vodka.
Straight vodka, yeah, no flavor.
We thought about that though. I know
was-
I talked to somebody about that, like doing some kind of raspberry sauce
Yeah, yeah,
or something.
yeah.
But it's not my forte anymore, so could be an idea for you guys. You know, raspberry flavored vodka sauce.
Try it. Or I mean, there's so
Well, I mean, summer. You know, in the summer, you
sure.
want the fruits come out.
they
you
have
know?
so many different flavors now.
Yeah.
There's even savory ones too.
Yeah.
So
When do you
yeah,
add your sauce?
that would be an idea. What was that? Say?
When do you add the sauce?
That's gonna be next after the vodka cooks out. This is our house gravy or marinara. It's basic olive oil, minced garlic, onion. We use a tomato puree, basil, oregano, salt, pepper, and we cook it for a couple hours.
All the
So
basics.
it's
that's
not-
like your base, and then
Yeah.
you add it to other things to change the flavor.
Yes, and these are the the house marinara and the meat sauce are only sauces that are cooked ahead of time.
Okay.
Every other sauce is cooked to
But
order.
they're homemade, they're not out of a can or anything like
No.
that?
I don't think any restaurants really do that because it's so easy to make.
Pretty much
So easy to make
pretty
it now.
much everything in the restaurant is handmade and prepped. We
Even
don't
pasta? Even your pasta?
They roll their own
our
noodles.
lasagna, our rotolo, and our gnocchi. Those are our fresh pastas that we make in the actual restaurant.
Gnocchi, that's fun.
Most of our
Rolling.
basic pastas, though, and our some of our raviolis, we get shipped in by one of our vendors.
There's a lot of good pastas out there now.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up watching the pasta hanging from the doorways and
Right.
the chairs and stuff like that. But there's a lot of good, reputable pasta houses out there now.
All right. So right now, I'm gonna mix it in and get a good consistency on it. And I want all these flavors.
I tried this, by the way. This was really good.
Did you really?
Like it.
I was wondering.
I want all these flavors to melt together before I actually add the heavy cream. And that's
The
another.
delicious part.
Okay.
That's
Give it a
That's another reason why this is one of moderation is it's not only the butter, the heavy cream. So now I can add the heavy cream in,
Okay.
and if possible, when you add it in,
Slow stir?
Yeah, get a slow stir on it.
I can smell it right now.
Why do you edit it slowly
Because
versus?
if the temperature to be really hot and you were to pour it once in one spot, it could
Curdle it?
curdle and disturb the consistency of the sauce.
Break the cream down right away.
Yeah.
Make it separate. All right. There's the color. And this is the
can
main
smell it right
pasta
here.
that comes with it, right?
Yeah, you can.
It's usually the
This is, like I said, this is one of the most.
two pasta or
This is
something
one of the
like
most common create your own pasta dishes. We have rigatoni, rotini, fettuccine,
Yeah.
linguine, angel hair spaghetti. But the actual menu option with the vodka sauce that's recommended on the menu is our gnocchi that we make in-house, like I said, and also our lobster ravioli. That's what
lobster
we recommend.
ravioli. Yeah, that's good. I just started messing around with that the last couple of years. That's good. And that sauce would be good on it too. I add chicken to my vodka and pasta.
wow.
Yeah, chicken's really good. Goes really well with it.
So now that I have the cream added in, I'm going to be adding, this is grated Romano.
Okay.
And that's the finisher on the sauce. What it's going to do is obviously add cheese flavor, but it's going to also help it thicken and bind
Okay.
to make a nice thick sauce for the pasta.
It always seems so easy when someone else does it.
Especially, well, because we grew up making it 40 times a day.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
what
If you ever
Especially
need
'cause-
to know how to diagram a sentence, I'm your gal.
Well, especially since Jason says they're making it to order, that's not
Yeah.
one big pot sitting
Usually
there going
it's-
like
That's
this.
true, yeah.
bam, 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 bam. Usually, then you
That's-
toss in the pasta, toss, and then you plate it, and next ticket.
Next.
And that's one of the things I'm most proud of with the restaurant is, and there's some places that will use prepackaged sauces coming in, or they make a big batch,
Yeah.
and when the order comes in, just put something in, heat it up. In my opinion, doing the pan sauces to order, it adds a fresh flavor, and then there's obviously it cuts down on loss of food and
That's true,
food
your
costs.
waste, yeah.
If you weren't to
Let's
sell.
get this plated here.
Okay. So now that the sauce is thickening up, it should come to a simmer. I'm going to drop the penne. And I have a pasta strainer in here. This is one of the faster ways to do it if you don't have a sink around too. You can finish the cooking of the pasta,
a flash heat.
pop it out
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
strain it right there, and go straight to the pasta.
You can use that technique at home. A lot of people don't, but if you ever have any big parties,
Right.
Yeah.
you can cook your stuff, leave it refrigerated, and then when the party starts, finish your sauce, your gravy, and then just drop it in boiling water for about 30 seconds to a minute, and take it out, and then you're ready to serve.
And then just keep the water boiling and then keep,
Yeah,
that's a
I mean
good
per
idea.
order, or
Right.
like I said, if you have people coming over, you can just drop that pasta in there for 1 minute, pull it out, put it in your big serving dish, and then pour the gravy all over it, and you're ready to go.
Then if you store it like that, you should cover it then?
Yeah, the way I grew up doing it, I grew up at a pizza place or a pasta place. We made giant pans of it, to get ready for our volume. We'd put it on a sheet pan and then oil it, make sure it's tossed with the oil so it doesn't stick, and then cover it with plastic, leave it in the fridge.
Gotcha.
That's good. Okay. All right, that's bubbling.
So I'm
let's
getting a
get this
bubble on
plated.
it. And you want to, it's not a complete thickness because you don't want the pasta, when it's plated, to go out there to stick. So, but you want to get a thick consistency. That's part of the, this is the penne rigate, the ridges on it. That's part of the reason is for it to catch the sauce.
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
All right.
So I'm going to add the pasta, strain it off. As much water out as I can.
Yeah.
Actually getting a little bit of the pasta water
Yeah.
is good for the flavor because of the starches and the
Oh,
salt
and
in
then put
there.
in the pan.
It's actually a
Yeah.
flavor component, and you'll see that in some
Ms.
places.
it also-
Gansons, when will you be trying this at home?
Maybe this weekend.
All right.
And of course,
I will
you know,
try
you
not
can
to
get
do
all
the
of our
flame.
recipes online and stuff like that.
yeah.
Everybody that's on the shows, you can always go back and visit our website and get some of the recipes online.
That's great. I'm sure people appreciate that.
Yeah. So he's going to give you a plate. You guys just serve yourselves and pass
Okay.
it down a little bit.
Great.
If it's real good, I don't know if it's going to make it home.
Well, we should start them with Dr. Skinkis.
Just get a nice coat on it.
I think either way is going to have a
Yeah.
problem. So.
Now, does Prima La Pizza deliver?
Yes, we do. Our main delivery area is Westchester and Hillside. We go as far out to as Brookfield, North Riverside, Oak Brook Terrace.
So that's why we do the show. We never know some of the stuff from each
Right.
guest. We always find out something different that
Part
we
of
didn't
it.
know.
Part of
That's good there.
Elmhurst. That's good.
Yeah.
And then at the last part of it is I garnish it with some chopped parsley.
Good.
Great.
Top
Can't
it
wait to
up.
try it. Let's see
Yum.
it.
Yeah.
And there you guys
Free
go.
mini
This is our penne
tiramisu on your
vodka.
birthday.
Enjoy.
Free what?
It says
turn
free
off the
mini
fire.
tiramisu on your
There you go,
birthday.
sir, to serve it.
Oh, did
yeah.
you really? Free tiramisu?
On the email cards right here, you fill it out, and that'll go to our website for your anniversary
Thank you,
or
sir.
on a birthday. Yeah, we do a free tiramisu.
Just pass it.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
That's all right, Mr. Sinde.
So that's pretty nice. I've never heard of that.
Diving in.
He
Kind of
is.
cool.
And with the Prima Diners,
dropped it.
I
part
know,
of
that's, I
part
don't
of going
know
to
eating. You
oh,
do.
sorry. With the Prima Diners, it's our Prima Diners. You can be a part of that. You go to primalapizza.com.
Okay.
You can use these, or just go to the website. You give us your email address,
got trouble
and
written all over
you'll automatically get emailed our promotions.
Oh,
And those
cool.
are bi-weekly promotions.
So that's how you would
No,
find out
we're
about
good, don't worry.
tiramisu and stuff
Yep.
like that.
We're just
all
working
that.
together.
There's
Teamwork.
we do
Collaborating.
dessert specials, wine specials, like for Mother's Day. There's a complimentary dessert for all mothers. at
Get
the
out.
end.
See, that's
Yeah.
great. That's what we bring people on the show to show them all that stuff because we don't know
this is
that.
great.
I'm in Brookfield. I know what's around me, but you guys are just outside of that bookmark. So that's good that we have you on the show and telling everybody in this local area
Yeah.
of what you guys have. You know?
special.
Well, I'm getting from all the that
So
guys enjoy it?
tasty.
very good. Perfection takes time. Well, you guys enjoy that during the commercial break. Jason's joining me from Prima La Pizza. We'll be right back for the next segment. We're going to make some chicken marsala.
Chicken marsala.
Chicken marsala. Be right back.
I think I'll go to the restaurant rather than making it.
Hi, welcome back to Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti. Joining me today on set is Jason from Prima La Pizza. Thank you for joining us. He is feeding our celebrity staff here. Mr. Matt Sinde is joining us. Dr. Skinkis and Miss Wendy Cassins is joining us. Thank you for skipping class and eating some pasta with us. It's very nice of you guys. So we just got done making a penne with vodka sauce, and now Jason is going to make a famous chicken marsala. Okay, take it over, Jason.
All right. To start out with, I have a hot saute pan, and I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil.
Is that extra virgin?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. The good stuff.
That's what I brought on hand. Preferably, though, I try to use instead of extra virgin, just a lighter one.
Okay.
Extra virgin's more
Eating it.
salad dressing,
Okay.
tasting it.
I was gonna say,
Lights for
You
baking.
don't always
sauce.
cook with that.
I did.
The lighter olive oils for
Yeah, that's what you put in
sauteing
like
and
caprese
baking.
or something you're gonna eat directly.
And with the extra virgin, if
it is
it's
hot.
depending on the quality, if it's more of a tasting one, its burning temperature is much lower and it'll smoke faster.
Okay.
So you have what, chicken cutlets here?
Yeah, we have chicken breast that we butterfly, and then we pound them thin with a meat mallet to get it tender. So when it's finished, it'll be fork tender. And what I'm going to do is dredge it in a little olive oil, or dredge it in flour on each side.
So
Flour
Prima
first,
La
then
Pizza, what you serve lunch? Is it lunch and dinner?
Monday through Friday, we are open lunch and dinner. And then Saturday and Sundays, we are only open for dinner.
Okay.
However, on Saturday and Sundays, if you'd like, we do private parties before we open and a little bit while we do open. So you can have up to 20 to 50, 60 people in there.
So what are your hours on Monday through Friday then?
Monday through Friday, we open at 11. Monday through Thursday, we close at 9 p.m. And Friday and also Saturday, we are open till 10 p.m.
Okay.
So you judge that this is just a regular basic flour?
Yeah, an all-purpose
Okay.
all-purpose flour. And as of lately, we've been asked to have the options, and we do a few different ones. If you like your item gluten-free, instead of an all-purpose, we would use a rice flour for gluten-free.
That's a nice option.
Yeah.
So I got the pan nice and hot with the oil. I'll shake off
Watch my
little,
wardrobe.
little excess. I apologize. Little excess flour, and lay it down in the olive oil.
Now, if I was doing this
There you
at
go.
home, the grease would be splashing right now.
That's
Well, you
right.
always lay
Give
it
it
away
fire.
from you.
Yeah.
You always put it in and then lay it away from you, so
okay.
that way you don't grease yourself or anybody
Yeah.
else.
See, I usually have Sin's arm hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no hair from below his
It
wrist.
happens. I mean, for me, I started out in restaurants when I was 14, and I worked my way up. And altogether, I probably was a line cook for about 4 years altogether. And burns happen, no matter how good you
Oh, yeah.
are.
Yeah.
With the deep fryer,
The
sauteing,
pounding it is the thing
burns
I need to
happen.
do at home.
Yeah.
And those
So by
ti-
making it so thin, it cooks faster then, right?
Yeah, it cooks faster, and it's going to be much more tender.
Okay.
So as you are cooking, you can talk to us about is, if I'm going to your restaurant, what should I order?
As far as
Number one item.
number one item, I would start out, if you're doing an appetizer, I would recommend our fried calamari or our baked clams.
I'm gonna find out. Those are my two favorite.
And
right
those
there.
are, and as a seafood option, if you're not a seafood person, our caprese or our toasted ravioli is very popular. I recommend those because I grew up on those, and I feel we do those very well. Because with some fried calamari, the breading will be too thick, or you'll get real chewy
Right.
Yeah.
calamari rings. I feel ours, we do it. We have a nice marinade that we soak it before we flour it, and it gives it a nice flavor. So with this, you want to get a nice brown, a little caramelization on each side of the chicken. You don't want to mess with it too much. You want it to build, like I said, a little caramelization, a little crust on there.
That's the problem that we always go over on the show, that people just flip their meat, flip their chicken,
Yeah.
flip. You actually should only be flipping 3 times, I think.
If you're with sauteing once, or with grilling, if you want to get the crisscross grill marks,
Yeah.
you'll rotate it a quarter once. Otherwise, if you're not doing that, you just flip it once. You want to get that crust on it. That's very
Yeah.
important for flavor.
And you can use this technique for anything. If you're making chicken at home for anything, you can pound it out, butterfly it, open it up, and then pound it out a little bit, and it cooks a little bit quicker. Sometimes it's even more dangerous. You're cooking that big 1-inch thick
Right.
chicken
Yeah,
breast, and then it tears down.
Yeah,
Right.
So you're gonna be dry down here and undercooked on top
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay.
That happens all the time.
All right, let's add everything else here.
All right. So right now, hand me those tongs over there.
go.
These are my raw tongs, and right here I have what I'm going to use at the end for the finished cooked tongs. You don't want to mix them, obviously, for salmonella and chicken contamination.
Yeah, that doesn't happen at home.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
good.
We can't
We're
use it all.
family.
Almost ready
So what
to
else are
flip.
you gonna add here?
When I'm about to flip the chicken a little bit, I'm going to be adding mushrooms, quarter mushrooms. These are button mushrooms. I have some diced white onion. It's going to be chicken broth, and then the last ingredient to finish is actually a Marsala wine concentrate. It's much more
Concentrated?
concentrate. Yeah, I don't want to use the exact word,
It's
but yeah.
reduced. It's reduced.
It's a much
down, so
reduced.
it's like a syrup.
So versus pouring a Marsala wine in there in a bigger amount and having to cook it out, this is much stronger and doesn't take as much cooking time.
Can you buy that at the store? Or just,
This,
Yeah, you can get a Marsala glaze, a balsamic glaze.
Yeah.
Just
you'd
reduced.
probably have more luck in a specialty market. I believe Mariano's would carry it now, or an Italian deli. Okay, so I'm gonna give
All
a
right,
flip
let's
on this chicken.
All right, here you go. There's the brown.
Got a little golden brown on it.
Any specific mushroom or just a regular button mushroom?
With us, what we use, it's over here. With us, we use the button mushrooms. However, at home, if you're doing it your own, by yourself, I could recommend baby portobellos, even a porcini. With the restaurant, we use a button mushroom.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right, so right now, I'm gonna add the mushrooms. And probably about a quarter cup to maybe close to a half cup of diced white onion.
Everything needs onion in it.
Always.
You know, even I don't eat onion, but I cook onion and everything. It just
Yeah.
what it brings out, sweating the onions. Especially the pasta, the garlic and the onions. Just start everything off with that.
And especially with the marsala, the white onion or even a sweet Vidalia onion adds to the sweetness of the marsala. And with the onion and the mushroom, you're gonna get a light saute on it.
When did you guys switch to a glaze?
We actually switched during the winter.
Also, just recently?
Yeah, we've been
Because trends change and stuff like that. So
we've been using a Lombardo Marsala wine, but I think too, everybody's loved the flavor. The customers, that was the biggest thing.
Yeah,
We switched
sure.
over. We stuck with it because they love the flavor.
there's great with old world techniques, but sometimes there's just new ways of doing
Better.
things that are good.
And a little trick with all meats, if you're ever curious about if it's being close to being done yet, is with your finger. By pushing it in, the softer it is, the more give you get. The rawer it is, the more time it's going to need. The firmer it is, the more close it is to being done. That's especially key when it comes to steaks, but I use it for chicken too.
I keep buying those cheap thermometers, and I'm
Yeah.
shoving them in there and trying.
It's the safest way is the
Touch it.
safest way is the thermometer, or some people will make a slit with the chicken. This is just a way to not do that.
All right.
Okay,
let's
it's getting
add
close,
everything
so
else
I'm
here.
going to add the chicken broth right now.
But when you do slit, you're
gonna
letting
turn
out
the
your
heat up.
juices.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing you want to do, really.
Turn the heat up on it.
How long do each of these? So this is like you go there. It takes what, 10, 12 minutes in the restaurant, something like that.
Yeah, chicken marsala and most of our chicken dishes, you're going to expect about it to take 12 minutes to cook. And with these, this is one of our house specials. That comes with a super salad and then a side of pasta. So by the time they're done with their super salad, you're looking at about the entree being brought out, like I said, about 12 to 15 minutes.
And plus, the open flame cooks us a lot quicker.
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yes, yes.
That's the little difference with this.
So we're just going to add the marsala last,
Yeah,
and
it's much more advantage with the open flame.
yeah,
Like I said, with this,
open
it's,
flame scares us here.
it's a
Local
con-
fire departments, we are not
Yeah.
using open
Yes.
flame.
it's a concentrate, so it won't be added that much.
So
The
now you see
flavor
the
is strong.
difference, how it looks. See, like thick glaze.
Yeah.
Get a nice distribution on it.
It's so pretty.
Do you need a fork or not? Or is that
That
enough?
should be good.
I would try to do that distribution. I'd probably like slip in the whole cup with just.
Yeah.
Move the pan around. Get that sauce going.
So Prima does cater though.
Yeah, we do cater.
So if we wanted to do something for the staff, or if people
Hey.
in the office building want to do
Absolutely. In fact,
There you go.
that was
May 28th.
one of our biggest things today. Was I would have been joined by some of my other staff, one of my head cooks, but we had a lot of catering orders going across the street to the corporate buildings. So,
Okay.
and actually going to
something.
one
And you
of the
do
middle
have pizza
schools.
too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I would say we're obviously known for our pizza with the name, but when it comes to dining in orders and delivery carry-out orders, it's half and half when it comes to restaurant items and pizza. We do have a beautiful dining room in there. Okay. So I got a nice, close to a boil, a high simmer on it to reduce the sauce. That's the most important thing you want to get on it. And the tongs I'm using now are clean. They're cooked. Like I said, I have a raw tongs and a cooked tongs. All right, I can
smells
start
good.
to plate this.
It smells delicious.
And with any meat, when we do serve it, you do want, if you have the chance, to let the meat rest for anywhere from about 5 minutes at least. Because otherwise, if you cut into it right away, all the juices are going to run out. That'll cut down on the flavor and the tenderness
We
of
gotta
it.
extend the time on this show then.
Yeah.
Right.
Let him try a bite. He has everything available on PrimaLaPizza.com, correct?
Yes,
So they
sir.
have their full menu and everything like that there. You can always go up there and see.
Okay. We have a serving spoon over there.
You have a serving fork. You can just pour
Or
some
actually,
sauce
yeah.
over it, and that's it.
Turn this down.
Very
Actually, I
safety
can use
conscious.
these, yeah.
That's nice. Yum.
Yummy.
It looks beautiful.
The mushroom, the onion,
Great.
That's good.
All right.
Perfect.
and lastly, oh, we don't have the parts.
Don't worry about the parts.
Okay.
Won't be on long enough.
You're not worried about
But
it.
here you guys enjoy. This is our chicken masala.
Thank you.
The host never gets anything, let me tell
I
you.
know,
Everything's
that's
always in
sweet. That's
threes, you know?
terrible.
We'll save you one, buddy.
That's okay.
Miss Cassins, mean you want to.
So,
Yes.
how popular is this plate there?
Okay.
The
do a lot
marsala
of
is, yeah, it's for Italian American cuisine. It's one of the more well-known dishes.
Absolutely.
So customers will go with that. I'd say it's out of our house specials. It's probably within the top 5 order.
Okay.
I thought you were wondering.
And you're at PrimaLaPizza.com?
PrimaLaPizza.com.
What do you have address? Do we have an address?
We're at 2211 South Wolf Road in Hillside.
Okay, and
It's
that's
at
on the intersection of what, Wolf and 22nd?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wolf,
excellent.
Saved you one,
Wolf
Pete.
Cermak
Well, you know what,
right
I
there.
pass it all the time, and just, again, it's out,
Yeah.
it's just out of the neighborhood, but that's why we enjoy getting new places in here, because you just opened up your fan base to another 20,000 people
Definitely.
probably out here.
In the Inland Strip Mall.
And they're
be sure to look
again.
Very
Which
good.
means it was worth
Very good, very good.
was worth staying here a little bit longer.
Delicious. Thank
Well,
you.
Jason, thank you so much for joining us. I
appreciate
appreciate it.
it.
I know it's not
Thank
easy
you.
leaving the restaurant on busy days and coming here
All
and
right.
cooking for our celebrity staff. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Our
See you
studio
Saturday.
audience. I'm
Thank
Pete
you
Calvetti
very
for
much.
Cook This. Until next time, stay hungry. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Yummy, yummy.